something, I went, oh wow, I made a giant difference, and then I learned something else and made a giant difference. So I'll get us all to that 10-year point in 15 minutes. And then we'll be all there, and then we can begin and start more advanced butterfly go. I'll talk about some stuff from there. Right, so Operation Butterfly, it is. Grab a partner. My thumbs go like this, and I touch them on the ground, rocking chair, and come back up. And then we go back down, sit up, now we get double overhooks. Again, I'd rather not see anyone do that. That's not an overhook. Through his arms. So I've got his arms, rocking chair, and back, and then sit up again, and then one of each, one under, one over, rocking chair, and then the other side, one over, one under, rocking chair. All right, so don't touch his back. And that's the first thing, okay? So let's just do that. I'll cycle you through that as a warm-up. Let's go. Going to do one down. Butterfly hooks in. Number one thing for butterfly sweep is attachment. So if I had to name the number one most important thing is to grab his belt. The better you attach yourself to him, the more likely the sweep's going to work. So if I do, this here is very unlikely to work as a butterfly sweep, unless he is rushing at me. So if he's a very aggressive coming forward, then he's doing the attachment for me. You understand? That's why it works. But if he's not, and he's running or left or right or back or up or pulling, then this won't work because there's too much elasticity in the system. Right? So the number one thing for butterfly sweep is you grab that belt and you weld him to you so he just can't get away. That's the number one thing. So if we stay square on, it's really hard to do. Look, he's not even resisting and I can hardly reach around there. So the number one thing, we're going to post on our hand, move our butt into his leg, and that way he can reach all the way around the back. So this is important. If he runs away, I can pull after him now with this hand. Okay? And then now, from here, we're going to swallow this arm under the armpit. Okay, so attachment and swallow the arm. That's it. That attachment and swallow the arm, let's say that's 80% of the technique. If you get a good attachment and you trap the arm well, you're 80% there with butterfly sweep. And then the other 20% you can spend the rest of your life working out what that is. But you're going to pass right away, you're going to get 80%, 82, 88%. Actually, it's still pretty good.
Yeah.
See, I wasn't concentrating. You had some heavy distraction going on that I'm not going to go into. Right, so I'm here. 1, 2. Now I'm going to float him and then sweep him. So what we did then, we floated him. So because I've got his arm, so if we sweep him that way, it's possible for his foot to go out there towards Sandy, right? Because I haven't got control of the leg. So what we're going to do is use our left shin to kick his leg straight back. See, I kick Darren's leg that way with this shin. But it's hard to kick it when it's on the floor because of the friction. So the key here is, what's the first thing? Attachment, swallow the arm. Now when I float him, you see how easy it was because he was in the air with the rocking chair, that it was easy to kick that leg back that way, which means you can't put it out there. So do all that and you got a pretty good fundamental butterfly sweep. Okay, so it took me a long time to get to that point. It seems kind of obvious to you, but it wasn't obvious to me. Story is, there's a reason for this story. When after we went, the next time we come to training, I said to Hagen, what were the points about that butterfly sweep that you did to the world champion a bunch of times? Like, wow, what's the trick? And he goes, John, you lift your hook and you hold the guy's arm and he'll fall down. I said, come on, Hagen, guys, it's more to it than that. He goes, no, it's simple. So I asked, could you do it again? So he did it to Dave Meyer. He did it a few times. And the thing I saw that he did was kick the leg. And I said, hey, so you kick the leg out? He goes, yeah, of course. Well, so there's that. All right, and I was, I forget, brown belt or black belt or something at that time. And that's when I saw him kick the leg. So kick the leg. Got the arm trapped. You float them in the air, and then you kick the leg back and flick them over there. So that's pretty easy. But once you get that, you've got a functional butterfly sweep. You don't need a functional butterfly sweep if they're running at you. Like a crazed Taliban. Like, right? And I say that because I've got some friends who experienced that. Right? So they go in there, room clearance, and they get smashed down, you get feet together, and the guy comes at your face like this, and you just lift the hook up, you go on top, and... Right, so that's it. If they're running at you, it's easy. But BJJ guys aren't going to, they're not going to do that. So they're back there and they're trying to pull away and move left and right, partial guard. So we had this problem of trying to deal with that. So we have to find attachment. Do you understand? So if someone's running at you, they're doing the attachment for you by committing. And if their arms are committed to your neck and your eyes and stuff, they're also doing the arm trap for you because they've committed their arms. So it's a really great sweep for the normal world against people who don't know shit but are aggressive. So that's a great sweep. Whereas if you put someone in your guard, and they come forward and try to claw your eyes and stuff, you might be going, oh my God, what do I do? And you have to actually be way more skilled. But with a butterfly sweep, it's easy to sweep them over because they're giving you the attachment and their arms are committing to your face and neck and stuff. So you understand that. So we're assuming that people know what they're doing and they're not idiots. So here's the thing. This is the disconnect that I had and a lot of people have for butterfly sweep and for X-Guard and for De La Riva Guard and for anything else. You've got to go from 0 to 1. So like right now, you're there and I'm here. You are not on my butterfly guard. So we could do butterfly sweeps all day long, but if I can't get you in my butterfly guard, I'm not doing any sweeps. So it's hard to me, going from 0 to 1 is way harder than going from 5 to 10. So like save a deposit for your house is the hardest thing to do. Once you're in there, it's easy, right? So it's easy to go from one house to 4 houses than to go from 0 to like saving the deposit. That's the difficult part. So, and I think it's more usable. So you want to know how the hell you get the guy in your X-Guard. So you've stolen his car space accidentally, and then he's got out and gone, and you go, okay, X-Guard sweep. So what happened between there and X-Guard, like how the hell did you get someone in your X-Guard? And I think that is a good question. So I can get up here all day, we can pontificate and theorise about the 15 different X-Guard sweeps, but none of them are useful until you can get the guy in your X-Guard. So getting from 0 to 1, that's a huge problem for butterfly guard particularly. In some ways, pulling someone into your closed guard's easier, but I pull you onto my butterfly guard and you're already running and grabbing and passing around and go, and so then she passes my guard and I go, well, butterfly guard's bullshit because I couldn't even get to 1. I couldn't get to 1. So then I go stuff it, So I want to do that. I want to show you how to go from 0 to 1. And you can apply this thinking to almost any guard that you want to have. All right, so I've got no control over this fish. I've got the boat, I'm bobbing on the ocean and the fish is swimming out there with its friends and I haven't got the line in the water yet. So nothing. In other words, 0. I want to go from that situation to burp. Meaning, catch the fish, gut it, kill it, cook it, eat it, burp. So we want to go from the whole idea rather than just, let's assume that we're already there and we've just got 15 different ways to cook the fish. You haven't got the fish yet, right? You haven't even caught it on the line, let alone got it in the boat, let alone gutted it, let alone cooked it, let alone eaten it. So we want to do the whole thing, and it's good to do the whole thing every now and then. So he's starting to move around anywhere, and I'm going to go, gotcha. So now I got him. This is better than what I had because now I got control. I can pull him in, and I can stop him coming in by holding him away. So we've got control in 2 directions. Agreed? Now we're going to go cross my feet, my knee and his hip. So now he can't come forward and kill me because my knee is stopping him. He tries to come forward, I press him there. He can't run away because of my bottom leg. He can't go left because of my right leg, and he can't go right because of my left leg. So I've gone from 2 directions of control to 4, right? So do you understand? This is like nothing. This is like fish bit my line. This is like I've reeled him in a little bit. So things are getting more, I can't ask you to fire the barbecue up yet, but things are looking more promising. And now that he's there, I've got him long enough to go attach. Now the fish is gaffed. on the side of the boat, like the barbecue, right? And now we're ready to go. So the idea of going from the 0 to that point to do the sweep, in my view, is more important than the sweep. Right? I mean, it is sweep. But you could have a shittier sweep, but really be really good at getting to the point to try it, and you'll get really good at it. Or you could have an awesome sweep, but you never get to try it, you'll be crap at it. So getting to square one from 0 is super, super important. In anything, actually. Between those two things, so it's nice to try to find some ways we can bridge that gap a little bit, you know, just between the extremes of drilling is one extreme and then rolling is the other. Well, hang on, maybe there's some ways, and there are, right? That's one of them. 0, I call it 0 to 1. So 0 to 1 is one way. Another way is we do rolling, but it's very specific. I start with patting my half guard, here's the underhook, and I see I can pass this as we sweep, and whichever one does it, we go back and start again. So we do a situational training. That's another nice bridge between free sparring, where you actually get more learning done than general rolling. All right, great. Switch around other side. That's, to me, really, I'm excited about things like that. And what I mean by that, excited about things like what? Things like this. Something that I can use that allows me to use something I already know. You know, like, so is there some little key that allows us to use knowledge we already have? I would rather that than some new knowledge, you know, some new thing. I'd rather be, can I already use a skill I've got? You've already got a skill. You can already butterfly sweep a guy, so that's awesome. Is there a way we can make that more usable, like, you know, find more chances to use it? That's a way cooler thing for life than learning new things. I mean, I'm up for learning new things, but I just see they don't pay the dividend as big as finding a way to use a skill you already have. Finding a new way. You can drive a car. You're broke and you're starting up a martial arts school in Invercargill. Perfect. Uber. So because you can already drive. So here's a skill you've already got the martial arts skill, and now you're driving and you're walking around, hey, how you doing? You should do martial arts. Here's a flyer, and you do that for 4 weeks, and not only do you make money doing Uber, but you've got about 35 people turn up at your very first class in some place, you know. So, right, you see what I'm saying? So you found a way to use a skill you already have, rather than, oh, I've got to do a marketing course and figure out how to get people in my school. So you try to find something, way to use a skill you already have. Make it more accessible. All right? So that's, I call that idea a 0 to 1. And then the 1 to 10 was the sweeping bit. Like the 0 to 1 was how to get to that point, and then the 10, well, you don't go over the top. So 0 to 1. All right, so we can start now. So have a quick drink break, and we're going to begin. So the first one is going to be here. You're going to have the sleeve. You're going to come up and shoulder control, like a shoulder throw. So you're putting 2 hands on one and then driving down into the mat. You better have a sticky hook though, right? Because you don't have to jump over and get your back. So the thing you're going to do with this one, when you come up here, is rock down there. When you get over, you've got to cover him with this right hand. Because you can't stay here too long, because Darren will get my back. Right? Yeah. So you've got to make sure that when you do go to the mat, you come across with the right hand. I know a guy as a blue belt used to sweep every single black belt they came on the mat with this bloody sweep. And he was a judo guy, and his favourite throw was Cianati, shoulder throw, right? So obviously he'd done a lot of repetitions on that, so he felt very comfortable about grabbing his sleeve very well. All right, so we're here, we're going to come up, and, when you do it, instead of just being here, you kind of come up and almost, see what I bum off the ground, and then drag down and then do it. All right, so it's almost like, and if he runs away, stand up and do it. So this guy was like, one go shoulder throw. Let's do this one first. Attachment. Now this guy, we used to do this, he had long arms. There's a guy with long arms. The way he used to do it, the way I would prefer to do it is like pull, grab. But he used to just do it so many times, he just grab and get a good grip straight away. I find it easy to pull grab. Now, you can't do anything. Because you can't run away. Why is this working? Attachment. Seriously, you've got the guy's belt. Come here, right? Now, you pull him, and as you pull him, just block the arm and punch him over. Okay, you can see it, so you block, you don't grab it, just block it. And if you miss it, you'll end up with your underhook, and you can do things from there. We'll talk about that later. So the problem is, after you do a few, you might miss it, right? You might pull and go, shit. Punched right through, you got underhook. Okay? But just try to block the arm. Let's try that. Ready? So let's use our left. So I'm going to show you the way that I learned it, and then I'm going to show you the way that I do it, which is two different things. Because I just found the way to get it is, I think my way is a little bit better. Okay? So gather around because you have to see what's happening. Okay. So the way that I learned it was like this. He would get a cross grip on his sleeve, right hand on his right sleeve, and the left hand underneath his arm in the collar. And you see my elbows up. And I can't run away. Because it's so good, go back there. It's so good, your attachment. If I have this, it's not. But if I'm under the arm, see, I'm getting that feeling of the Seoinage. You know, who was in the back there with my friend? Seoinage? You know, we're getting like that, but even better because this is welded here. So that's not so good. But see, I'm up here. Now he tries to run away, but very strong. So we'll do it that way, and then I'll show you probably a more high percentage way to get that grip. So we're going sleeve, and then under the arm in the collar, as opposed to, you know, over the arm in the collar, which is more normal. I found this to be much easier. Collar and pull him down. So I just grab the collar, get up there, get a grip, pull him down, turn on my left side like this. Now I try to choke his neck, and he starts defending his neck. Thanks, now I've got the grip on him. You know, rather than I get this, and now I've got to get under the arm, and he goes, no, you know, so I find it easy to just get the collar, turn on my left side, I make sure my arm is not up, I make sure it's down, so if he does anything with his arm, it's going to come, oh thanks, now I've got the grip, here I am, and then, there we are. So there was two little points. So one was, get the collar, pull him down, go for the choke. When you try to choke him, his hand comes on top, thank you, here. But then, float him back to create some space behind my back, so we can use that to drop into and get some momentum, rather than just trying to sweep from down here. See if you can reset him a bit, we call it reset, you know, that, and get some real estate behind your back that you can fall into and get a bit of juice going. Okay, so that's two main points, how it differs from the way I learned it. But it's better. Okay, so let's do this. So we've got this this grip here, and he starts running backwards. So he really walks his feet away, because if he just does that, yeah, he's running away. See? Yeah. So he's just even on his knees running away. Like this, look. Okay, do that. Grabs here, grip, grip. See how it's easy. Or the guy could grab your head and do a Russian tie, get the collar, and then just fall down. Right, so it doesn't require any talent. Because all you're doing, once you've got the Russian tie, get the grip, I'm just laying down my feet here, and I lay down in front of Darren and pull him onto knee right, which you can all do. That's all it is. Let's do it. 2-on-1 grip. So we got a double grip. So you know we could be trying for that. But we've got this grip. So we're going to pull ourselves up and grab his belt. Like that. Okay. And then start to work my way around the corner and then sweep. And what's great about this is we're getting the two things we need, which is the attachment and the arm control, the post. We're getting the two things we need with one grip. That's what's cool about this move. Right, pulling up, getting to the belt, putting around the corner a bit, and then away we go. Let's do that. Thanks. 2 on 1. Look. So when you come here, I'm crunching, and he takes it out. I've got to move my hip. See, our belly went from horizontal to vertical. Moving my hip out like that doesn't do anything. It's the shape change, like a trapdoor, to dump it down. So we're here, and then he pulls it out. See? So it's not the, taking our hip out, it's a shape changing idea. But now if we go the other way, now's the fight. So we go, and we hold it so tight that he knows he can't get it out. Then they grab your head with that hand, and we lift their elbow up and go over. So now when they can't get their hand out, they'll grab your head, because their arm's being threatened. So they want to hide it under your head, and you lift your elbow up and your left foot up, and they'll fall, and then grip and catch, hitchhike your way over to the other side. Okay, one more time. So here, we go here, and he comes forward. 1, 2, over. Now we're onto that arm. Okay? Okay, good. So what have we got there? Operation Butterfly. Rocking chair drills, just to get the person airborne, to make it easy to kick their leg back, lift them over. Then we went 0 to 1, which I still think is the best thing we did tonight, even though it doesn't look sexy. We're there, grab the collar, put the half guard, get the belt, get the hooks. Okay, now we're ready to do our butterfly sweep. To me, that was the best thing we did today. 0 to 1. And you can use that concept for a lot of other parts of jiu-jitsu. Right. And then we did our sweeps there. Seoinage belt pull, the Helio one, and the 2 on 1, and then the little Bob Basco. Alright, thank you partners. Come over here, sitting down for a second.